With Covaxin and Covishield vaccines getting emergency approval, the focus is now on ensuring logistics are in place for the world's largest vaccination drive. In fact, the nationwide dry run for COVID-19 vaccination was conducted today, aimed at testing the preparedness for the vaccine rollout.
India is all set to roll out its mega vaccination program. 1.3 billion people to get vaccine against COVID-19. A curtain raiser for world's biggest vaccination drive. A nationwide COVID vaccine dry run was conducted in 119 districts on Saturday. The drive tested operational feasibility in the use of COVID app, review linkages between planning and implementation, and identify challenges prior to actual implementation.
There is vaccination officer 2 who is going to match all the credentials, note down the names. Post you are done with that check, the vaccination room where actually the vaccine process is going to take place, the vaccination is going to take place.
At the forefront was the Union Health Minister, Dr. Harshvardhan. He visited Delhi's GTB hospital and reviewed the preparedness.
सबसे प्राइम हम लोगों का क्राइटेरिया अगर है तो वैक्सीन के ट्रायल्स में वो सेफ्टी है, एफिकेसी है, उसकी इम्यूनोजेनिसिटी है और इनमें से किसी भी चीज़ के ऊपर कोई कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ नहीं है.
Delhi and Kerala Health Ministers Satyendra Jain and KK Shailja were also present at Vaccine Dry Run Center. They assured everyone that they are fully prepared.
दिल्ली सरकार ने पूरी तैयारी की है, बड़े जोर शोर से तैयारी की है और 1000 के करीब सेंटर हम बनाने जा रहे हैं. 1 लाख लोगों को हम पर डे वैक्सीन लगा सकते हैं.
It was a successful attempt, The dry run went on smoothly. And we had a very good preparation for that. The trial run went smoothly because of that.
Authorities involved in the exercise have expressed confidence in ensuring a smooth vaccine rollout.
We have a robust mechanism of cold chain here. We have around 680 cold chain points. And the best part is that we have the vaccine that's going to come is going to be maintained in +2 to +8 degrees Celsius. So we already have this set for cold chain maintenance.
Those are the details that we're getting from the health officials who are working here. This is an exercise which, however, will be crucial because the bigger campaign is not very far away.
Not everyone will get vaccination initially when the final nod is given for vaccine rollout. Government has divided vaccination program in phases.
In phase 1, as soon as the vaccine is rolled out, phase 1 will be healthcare workers. 1 crore healthcare workers will be vaccinated first. That will be followed by frontline workers. About 2 crore is the estimate of the frontline workers who will then be vaccinated. After that is when all the other citizens, and these are people who have morbidities, comorbidities, as well as those above 50. And according to the government estimates, that's about 27 crore people. So this phase is when it starts getting challenging.
Around 1 lakh vaccinations have been trained in over 700 districts. Authorities are going to review the data collected from the dry run to ensure a smooth drive to vaccinate more than 1 billion Indians against the deadly virus. With Ankit Tyagi in Delhi, Shuja ul Haq in Srinagar, and Akshata Nandagopal, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now that India has got a nod for its first Covishield vaccine, there are several questions that a common man has on this vaccine. When are we going to get it? How do we get it? How is it administered? Where do I go to receive it? All those questions answered here. Dr. Jagadish Hiremath joining us, Medical Director, Ace-Suhas Multi-Speciality Hospital. We also have Dr. Manoj Sharma, Senior Consultant, Internal Medicine, Medeor Hospital. We also have Milan Sharma, India Today's reporter on ground, who's been tracking this very closely. Now, let me quickly cut across to Hiremath. Mr. Hiremath, that all of us want to know, when am I going to get the vaccine? We know that frontline workers, healthcare warriors are going to get it first, but when is my turn?
Going by your vocation and your age, looks like it's going to be a bit late for you. But generally, I can say that anybody who is less than 50 years of age and above 18 years will get vaccine, but there is going to be lag phase. Probably by the time government is able to reach these people for vaccination, it might be sometime post October.
All right. Dr. Manoj, would you agree that the entire population will be inoculated by October?
Not entire population. We may be able to inoculate people who are at risk. So mainly frontline healthcare workers, sanitation workers, policemen, army men. Probably for general population and those who don't have comorbid illness, probably they have to wait for another 7-8 months. Because we have a huge population, even of say healthcare workers and frontline workers. So first they are at risk. So it's like worldwide. That's a policy which has been adopted worldwide. Those who are at risk will be inoculated first.
Right.
And general population who are less than 50 years without any comorbid illness, they have to wait.
All right. So I hope the wait is not long enough. I'm going to cut across to Milan. Milan, this is the big question that people have now that I have to wait for my vaccine. I also want to know, how much should I pay for the vaccine? Is it going to come to me for free? Any word, a confirmed statement from the government on that? Initially, it was free for all. Now, we see some reports suggesting that it's only for frontline workers, healthcare warriors. 1 crore to 2 crore population in India will get it for free. The rest who can pay must pay.
Well, Nabila, there's a sense that the government wants to give out free vaccine to at least 1 to 3 crore people. And that would be the first line of people, which is the healthcare workers and the frontline and essential workers. For the 27 crore people that the government is creating a priority list of, the Union Health Minister has said that they are still making that priority list from various states, wherein their names are being jotted down. Now, there's an elaborate exercise of ASHA workers and health officials going down with district magistrates to the block level as well in rural areas and taking data of the elderly. Now, the government has not made it clear whether or not the elderly will be vaccinated free of cost. But definitely the 1 to 3 crore people will be vaccinated free of cost. That is what the government has said, and all states will be giving the vaccines free for 3 crore people. The modalities of how they will vaccinate the elderly are still being worked out. But whether you'll have to pay a lot for the vaccine, certainly not, because the government of India is very clear that they want a vaccine indigenously made in the country, or the vaccine that's been pegged at
reduced. Absolutely.
Cheaper. Yeah, absolutely.
Let me ask Dr. Hiremath, Doctor, vaccination for free or should I pay for it? Any word that you have?
Yeah, I have some information going around in Government of Karnataka corridors that it will be provided free of cost to all the people in the state.
Okay, great. Dr. Manoj, we understand that Delhi is going to be getting it for free. At least that's what the Health Minister of Delhi has said.
So there will be lot many ifs and buts, and that's something which is entirely in domain of government policy. They'll take a call, and right now it is not available for all. So if say to begin with, if they are providing it free of cost to the frontline workers and those who are in real need, even if somebody has to pay, then also it is not going to be very costly, because we talk of say either Covishield or Covaxin, which will also get.
It might just be easy on the pocket, even if you have to shell a little bit, spend some money. It might just be cheap, because CEO Adar Purawala of Serum Institute has said that the overall global cost for the Covishield vaccine is about $3 versus Pfizer and Moderna is about $10 to $50 per dose. So it is quite cost effective for that matter. How much will it be? That question still remains. If at all we have to pay for it. Now a quick word, Milan, how do I register myself for the vaccine? Where do I go? Is there a website, an app? How do I register?
Well, at this point, what the government is doing is collecting the data. So I've been told that the government has officials in the state who are going door to door and checking for the elderly population. Their names are being jotted down, and then they are being registered in the CoWIN app. So once your details are logged into the CoWIN app, then all your essential documents, your PAN card or an Aadhaar card or an identity card will be checked in there, your age, your name, your medical history, when you will be giving the dose. So once you are registered on the CoWIN by the government at this point of time, you can't self-register right now. Right now, the government will register you. And after that, they will send you a message to come on one particular date to one particular center.
So is there a place that I go give
home.
my details so that goes to the government?
Well, not at this point of time because, as I said, the elderly will be, the ones that need vaccinating. So you and I, Nabila, will have to wait for some time
for better clarity.
The elderly and the priority groups will be vaccinated. That data is being collected by the government itself.
Right. Now, quickly, Dr. Hiremath, what is the wait period between the 2 doses? We understand that it's given in 2 doses. What's the wait period?
See, the period between the 2 doses, which has been officially mentioned, is 28 days. But when I've gone through all the details of the vaccine, COVID vaccine as such in particular, the trial itself is for 3 months. So the first dose comes on day 0. The second dose comes on day 90. So this is the period which is required.
28 days. Dr. Manoj, any more doses apart from these first 2 doses? Is that all? And what's the wait?
As of now, all the vaccines they have been scheduled for 2 doses, and 1 dose at 0 and another at 4 weeks. But that period can be even up to 3 months.
Okay.
So if we have shortage of vaccines, so probably the frontline workers who have received it, so they can even wait. Even if we are not able to provide it, say 28 days, we will be able to do it by 3 months. Then also it will do.
All right. Okay. So again, the biggest question, people are apprehensive of side effects. Some independent reports that came up that there could be some side effects that has led to a lot of apprehensions. Will I face side effects, Dr. Hiremath?
Yeah, any vaccination is associated with side effects. Most common side effect is pain at the site of injection. The other one is fever. This mild fever and pain at the site of injection is what has bothered most of the people who has taken the vaccination and has been recorded also. In the trials which were done, out of about 11,000 odd people, only 84 people showed serious side effects like which needed admission and taking care. So I don't think it is something to be really worried about.
All right. So, but I'd like to ask Dr. Manoj here, particularly for those people with comorbidities, do you think this vaccine might add up to it or will react to those with comorbidities?
So comorbidities has got nothing to do with, say, allergic reactions, or what we are more concerned about is serious allergic reactions. So comorbidity has got nothing to do with it. And that group of population who are elderly and along having, say, comorbid conditions, they should not have a second thought about receiving it because they are vulnerable group and they are likely to end up in more complications. So if given a chance, they should not have because any vaccine which is approved worldwide or by government of India, a lot of expert opinions are taken. There is a valid data to it. There is a lot of science to it. So we shouldn't. We have to trust.
We have to trust. Dr. Hiremath, would you agree? Will it affect comorbidities? Also, any food allergies? If I have.
It does not. It does not affect anybody with comorbidities in a wrong way. In fact, those who have comorbidities must be the first to come ahead and take these vaccines. There is a reason why government has taken 50 and comorbidities as a group and giving them first. This is because they are more vulnerable. So they need to get vaccinated as early as possible.
Absolutely. I'd like to ask you if there's any knowledge if this vaccine is a once in a lifetime vaccine. Is it going to be periodic? Is it you take your 2 doses and you're done for life? Is it like a flu shot yearly? Any word on that?
So
I think
go on, Dr. Manoj.
Yeah, so as of now, see, as the disease is new and vaccine is also new, all the vaccines worldwide. So they are saying, so data is varying from, say, we have a data of, say, 3 months to 6 months. That company, any manufacturer can assure this vaccine is going to be effective till that period. And we'll come to know more about it.
So study is currently still underway. Right.
Over a period of time. Right now, nobody can commit whether this is going to be effective for 6 months or a year or 5 years. We don't know.
So that study is still on. But I'd like to ask Dr. Hiremath, will this vaccine make me fully immune to COVID-19? I get this shot and I'm done?
I believe you should be immune to COVID-19 with the vaccination. Done it in the proper way, they have really shown that Covishield has given almost 90% efficiency. Although the overall general say is 70%, that basically means that if 10 people take vaccine, at least 3 can still, there is a still possibility, but that 3 can still contract COVID.
Okay.
Still, even then, it's still a good decision to go ahead with the vaccination.
And then the final question here, let's go over to Milan. Milan, is there any helpline number? There will be a bunch of questions that people would want to know. Is the government prepared? A helpline number?
Well, the government has asked states to look at all the logistical help and any kind of help that people might need. So states will have to step up and bring in their own helpline number. I'm assuming that it would be made possible once we look at vaccinating the common man. So after the healthcare workers and the frontline workers are vaccinated, there would be a number that call in and check on if they have any queries. But apart from that, the government has already got block level officers, district level officers and ASHA workers working on the ground. So if they have any questions, the vaccinating officers and trainers are already trained enough to address them. But certainly, I'm sure, like you and I and many people, many will have questions. And therefore, a helpline number will be under the purview of the state governments.
Okay, it will be published soon, is it?
Well, that is my assessment, because once you start inoculating the common man, I'm sure there'll be many, many questions, because this is going to be a mammoth exercise.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Hiremath, Dr. Manoj, Milan Sharma, who's tracking the vaccine rollout developments very closely. We've answered most of those questions that you commonly may have. Stay tuned for this space. We're going to bring you more. Thank you for watching.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.